So the second part is that you can assign, and I forgot to close my lamp. So the hardware on its own can be assigned to control internet-enabled appliances. So right now I have that lamp connected. I'm not sure if it's online. I'll try. Might take me a second. So in this unit, I have programmed that the port number 2 to just turn that light on and off. So let me see if it. So I'm sending a command via the internet. I can turn the lamp off. I can press it again and then turn it back on. So the way that that's done is through a system called if this then that. So the Tecla hardware, or the switches connected to the Tecla hardware, are an if. So if you press it, then you can trigger actions, and that could be something like turning on my lamp, or using a Wemo wall switch, or it could be changing the temperature on a Nest thermostat to a specific temperature. It could be things on smart things. It could be harmony activities. So it could be a lot of things. And when you set it up, you don't need the phone or the tablet anymore. You would only need the phone or the tablet for setup. But after that, it's going to do it via Wi-Fi. So it needs to be connected to Wi-Fi, the Tecla, in order to send those commands. So the second part that we have, so that's kind of the hardware, it's the new app, and you were asking about it. So because the app is fairly new, if you type Tecla, we don't appear on the first result, but if you type Tecla Komodo, it will appear. But I'll give you a link to the page. So the app has a couple of different functions. The first one is manage the hardware. So out of the box, the Tecla works. You can pair it to your devices. You'll be able to switch. But if you want to customize it more, you need the app. Now, the things that you can do on the app with the Tecla. The first one is firmware upgrades. So if we make any change to the hardware to bug fix or with improvement, you can take advantage of those through here. With the previous Tecla, we couldn't do firmware updates, so directly or online. So it was a bit of a challenge sometimes when we make improvements, but now you'll be able to do it through the app. The second part we have here is the connection to Wi-Fi. So here is where you can say, I want my Tecla to connect to this network. Right now it only connects to one network at a time, so it's supposed to be your home network where you're controlling devices. So that's why you do it here. Here you can also customize how your switches behave. So as you can see here, we have an image of the port side and then the different ones. So the enclosure, so the built-in button, port A, port B, and port W. So you can go into each of them and you can see the specific functions of each. So for example, port A has two switches, A1 and A3, and each switch has two functions, press and long press. So press is the action that's going to be sent, in this case, to your iOS device, to your Android device, and it's pre-configured for as an event that those systems are going to recognize. Long press, right now, as out of the box, it's switching devices. So any switch, when you open the box, is going to allow the user to go between devices. The way it switches between devices is the order that you pair them. So it will go from the first device pair to the second device, to the third device. If one device is not in range, because you may have devices in multiple locations, so for example, you can have an iPhone in your chair, you can have an iPad in your office, and maybe an Apple TV in your room. So when you're in your room, maybe it doesn't reach the iPad that is in the living room. So it's going to search for it for 15 seconds. If it doesn't find it, it moves to the next one. And it will indicate with an error message, with a sound, that it couldn't find it, so it's moving forward. So here is where you can change if that switch is gonna switch or no.
If you had the Bluetooth switch that you talked about, would it show up on that list? If there's a Bluetooth? You said there was a head array?
So no, so that connects to the Tecla.
So
And it doesn't, it's an input. These are just all outputs.
Oh.
So that's, you can see here all the different functions and you can change it. So this is where you would assign a button, like for example here in W forward indicate, oh no, sorry, it's not in this one, no. Enclosure here, it indicates that I have two custom actions and those are IFTTT commands that are assigned to this one. Once you assign them to IFTTT, you're going to go to the IFTTT app and then there connect them to the services you want. Now the last part that we have here, it's the status of the device. So because the Tecla connects to the internet, we have a live connection and we have some sensors. So the Tecla to the device that is connected reports battery level. So right now it's 42%. Temperature of the room or around the Tecla. And then it reports, it has an accelerometer, so it knows how much is moved, and light sensors. So right now we're not doing much with the monitor, the motion or the light. But here you can see is the map of where we are and the temperature and battery. This information can be shared with someone else. So you can invite people to follow your Tecla hardware and they would know where the Tecla hardware is and what are the conditions around it. It only works if you have an internet connection. So if you are in a home, it will tell you. The Tecla also has a 3G connection, so that would work anywhere where you would be, as long as there is connectivity, so someone could follow you when you are out in the community. But that's a subscription service because it requires that 3G connection. That's not, right now everyone is getting it, but it's just a trial, and after that there's going to be a subscription service. But when you have that subscription, then you can control things at home via the internet. So you will be able to change the temperature at home if you're not there, or turn lights on and off from wherever you are.
Do you know what that's going to cost?
It's going to be $10 a month or $99 a year.